looks like it
so
goes off to
just
that
2,350
direction, so
meters, and bottom
I'll come over
is
to
just
your heading,
coming to
center screen.
view here.
Copy that.
And so in a lot of these
Yeah, I think
dives,
so.
when we
I can
approach
back
the
and
bottom,
grab a
typically
little,
takes the
work in
piloting
the Z
and
bias.
engineering team several minutes to get situated. So we'll be hovering just above the bottom here, taking a peek. So just stand by for a few minutes, and then
Looks like there's plenty
we
of rocks.
should be making our final approach in a couple minutes, and then as soon as we touch down on the bottom,
put in my Z bias yet.
checking out this spot.
You can keep coming down a little.
Transiting north to our waypoint, which is about 1 kilometer north
copy that.
of us.
Yeah, I'll push down. Okay. Looks like, okay, that matches bathymetry too, right? A little hill out in front of us. Yeah, I'll back up, yeah. I got excited. Watch, there's a rock right behind me.
So we're just touching down right now. Our current depth is 2,356 meters. And as I said, when you do this type of exploratory work, you have to be bound to be surprised.
That's why.
So
Z-bus is disabled.
This is, while we do see a scattered grouping of animals, it's not the density that we saw further up the slope, but we do see a few animals here in our vicinity.
Yeah, just let me know vehicles are on the bottom.
So we do see a little patch of sediment just in front of us, and it appears to be that we see some ripples there that might give an indication about the current. Yes, we do see a few glass sponges in front of us. These are hexactinellate sponges. And as I mentioned, so the ROV team is going to get situated here in a little bit, and then we'll start our transit.
Want your swing arms out?
Sure.
All right. Let's do it.
Pilot, I think I'm going to call a due west bailout plan for now until we get a little further up the feature. And then I'll change it to due south. I just want to get above that local topography, local bathymetry right to where.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what the rest of the map looks like, so I'll trust you. Okay.
Bridge, nav.
So one of the very
I think we're going to start with a bailout plan due west.
So those ripples there in the sand you see.
And once we get a little further up this ridge, I'll change that to due south. I just want to wait until we get above this local topography just to our south.
The current flow going from east to west here.
Bathymetry.
But there appears to be a very, very mild current at this landing spot. Now we do already see some
look at you a little bit,
there.
co-pilot.
That pink coral that just was on our left, that's a pink coral, family Corallidae.
What's our
This is a primarily
direction nav,
deep water
north?
group, although there are
On this
some
ridge?
species
Yeah,
in
so
the
we're just going to be
Mediterranean that
heading
can,
north
be found in scuba diving
along
depths.
the ridge.
And that's actually
We want to
the
look for a
group that
rock
gives the whole group of
near
corals
the beginning of the
its
dive,
name. So
but
they're
our
Take your
priority
name.
is
Just
to
for a
get as
second.
far up the ridge as we can.
Corallidae.
Okay.
Was originally the genus Corallium, but it's been broken up into 3 genera. And that's also one of these groups that is used by the precious
Right.
coral jewelry
Are
industry.
we ready? Well, let me check with Watchley to see if they want to take a
for
sample
those
here.
who
Was
like
just about to
history,
say. Same thing.
artifacts made out of pink coral.
Watchley, Nav.
Go ahead, Nav.
Yeah, before we put a ship move in, just wanted to see if you think this might be a good area to collect a rock, just to get that out of the way.
So when we can kind of get a little bit closer look at some of these and see if any of these are, instead of rounded, they're angular and also loose. It looks like there's a lot of loose samples down here. Let's try and look for the most angular rock. However, I think if we were to get closer to where there looks like there's an in-place lava flow and we know where it's kind of coming from, that would be preferable as to just a talus slope like this.
Okay, so you want me to go ahead and start moving north, and we'll wait for one of those features?
Affirmative, yeah.
Okay.
That'd be good for us too, because I'm at the end of my tether and I need to, more leash to go forward.
Copy. Maybe, let's see.
So NAF is just navigator has just informed us that we're ready to start our transit. So we're
It's
just
pretty
getting situated here. Again, our bottom
The bathymetry
depth
is relatively flat here
2,360
for
meters.
about
And,
75
already
meters.
We saw a
we
few
could do like a
clusters
50-meter
of
move
corals and sponges
due
in the
north
area.
at
And,
point
we expect that
point
this
2.
density will increase significantly as we move up the slope along the ridge crest.
Okay. Did you copy that, co-pilot?
Sorry,
So
just doing a bit
we're,
of training. Go ahead.
facing
No problem.
due
I'm
north
going to
right
call in a
now.
50-meter move due north.
And
Due
as
north.
At
you can
0.2
see,
knots.
there's a
Alright.
very, very
I'll
mild
sidle my
to
heading over.
non-existent current in the
We're
area.
gonna head that way.
I
Go
can't.
ahead, survey 1.
Yeah, so you can.
Okay. I see what. Yeah. See that. Okay. Yeah. Did you copy that, pilot?
I did.
So we want to.
So
I guess
as we pan
lateral
around,
or
you
turn
can see what just
starboard.
came into
I already
view, what looks a little bit different from the
I think,
rubbly debris
survey's
that we were
right.
just looking at. And these are in-place lava flows, and the specific type of morphology or texture and shape of these lava flows is a pillow basalt. And these pillows have this typical, very
either gotta
rounded
move.
shape looking to them.
gotta
And
do
what
something
happens
here.
is, as the lava
It's like there might
tends
be
to
a
fill up the
current.
toe of the
Going
pillow, it
pushing
expands
west,
forward
so we
until
can move.
the front of
So
the
you see
pillow
Sirius is kinda
freezes
settled
due to the cold water
Alright.
around it.
Co-pilot, we need to do.
The pillow will then fill up again
sort
with
of
more
maneuver.
lava
I'm
until
looking
it
at-
breaks out another pillow. And that's
I think
why
that
you
the
see so many different rounded
slope is dead
shapes
ahead of me
in the
here.
view that we're looking
Well,
at
you're
right
just,
now.
That just gets you up on
It's
the
a
crest.
very common
Yeah.
And then we're trying to
texture
head north from
to
there, right?
Yeah.
submarine lavas
So
that are erupting
you can
underwater
do
under
like a-
pressure.
Instead
And
of
we
due
will
north,
be
something
looking
like
for,
that
along
north
with 2
and
biological
slightly
samples on this
east.
dive today, we'll be
Yeah.
looking
And then
to
you can
collect
sort of
some
side up
rocks
and
along the way
northeast
too.
along
So
the
we will
slope,
be
maybe.
keeping
Yeah,
our eye out
except
for
that I'm kind of
for
moving.
any opportunistic
You
rock
would
collections
prefer to
on this
move
dive.
perpendicular up the slope? to
I
start
would,
with?
yeah, probably.
Okay,
I
well
don't
then,
think that would be too hard.
I'll
so-
rise up and you'll go under me. And instead of calling it a move right now,
Yeah, that
Well,
sounds good.
you can get pushed out
Let's do
in
that.
the direction that you think is slope up, and then we'll
Let's do that. You come up.
Yeah,
And,
up, coming up, and then I'll spin my heading to follow.
So we are already seeing a nice group of animals here. I see several bamboo corals. Actually, can we do a quick zoom on these two animals that are on the just right bottom of screen. These brown looking.
Ken, are you okay there, co-pilot?
Yep, you're
Okay.
good to go. We're not moving, right?
No.
Ship has stopped.
Go ahead, video.
So these are black corals. So this is the genus Trisopathes, and this is the species Trisopathes tetracrata. Excellent, thank you.
Oh, okay. Are we clear there?
Yep.
Okay.
We also see several
So
chrysogorgid corals.
if you, it looks like you're
There's,
almost facing south,
Chrysogorgia
which
geniculata.
you are going to,
This
it is
very
going
long,
uphill
elongate.
if you go
There's another
south,
back
so
coral, two actually
that's
now
not the
coming
direction we
into
want to
view
head
to
in,
our right.
even if that's the local.
They look
Yeah.
kind of a
high.
we missed
We
them.
wanna
That's
tend
in the
north.
genus Bathypathes.
Okay. Well, just get a northeast move in then, or a north move, and
Alright, so which,
co-pilot and I'll.
what do you want to pick, like 045, and we'll line up that way?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Just get something moving so we can get out of this saddle here.
Yep.
I'll get you a heading of 045, and we'll head in that general direction.
So you can do like a,
And,
What's your
that
bathy say?
stocked sponge that we see
Should be
up there in the
pretty
distance that kind of looks like a
in
lollipop.
relatively flat.
That's in glass
this area
sponge,
to our
and
north.
That's in the genus
Okay.
Molosoma.
I could put in a 50
also
meter
very,
move,
common,
bearing,
habitat here in the deep sea. And,
maybe 020.
yes, Amy, we just
020I.
saw your note here, and we
And
will
then we'll
get you a zoom
flip.
of one of the coralliums when the next one becomes accessible.
Comfortable with 0.2.
We could do
Yeah.
0.3 unless we're planning on grabbing a sample, right?
We are
Let's do
keeping an
0.2.
eye out for a sample, yeah. Bridge, Nav.
Just for now.
Yeah, I'd like to request a ship move. 50 meters, bearing 020 at 0.2 knots.
Cool.
You got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Need to get it moving. I can't do much here.
What do we have there?
I don't know. I'm gonna get a tug there.
I can come down a little. I got it.
Let's take a quick look there.
Can we do a snap zoom here video? Just hold there.
Dead sponge something, huh?
Any idea what that is, Watchley?
So yeah, we're looking at a sponge, and this is a actually a dead sponge. There's a couple of hexactinellid or glass sponges that grow in this shape. They are actually stalked sponges, and that's like the upper part of the sponge. So there's in the genus. So that's in the family Fariidae, and the genus for that sponge is Espidoscopolia species. That is commonly known as a gramophone sponge, and we'll likely see an alive one a little bit further in the dive. These have a very spectacular morphology.
Come wide video.
They grow on these big stalks, and the
Thank you,
upper
video.
portion of it will then be extended into the water column.
You're moving a little bit. Or no, you came down too, right?
I came down
That's right.
a touch.
020.
Yeah, for the most part. The heaves are bouncing me a little east of that, but that's where we're trying to head.
So once you see that you're on top of the ridge, let me know and we can adjust course.
Okay.
So we might hit it before the end of that move.
So we were just here
50 meters.
taking a look at our position. So
Yeah,
where we
so
landed
Sirius should
actually
end up
was
where this
just,
target is
just
here.
slightly
Oh, okay.
off the ridge crest, and now we are on the ridge crest.
We are currently at a depth of 2,358 meters, and to give you guys an idea of the immense pressures that the ROV is under right now, so approximately 240 times the amount of pressure that you're feeling at the surface. So extreme pressures at these depths. We're diving on a rift zone
Check out this
ridge.
brown
Rift zone ridges are
item here.
the locus of mini volcanic
Many of it,
eruptions.
Center of the screen, sorry, video. Go ahead and zoom video.
Yep.
Rock pen.
So that is another black coral, and genus is Stauropathes. That's in the family Schützopathidae, and this family of black corals has very elongate polyps. So if you actually would
Just
look
hold
at
there
the
and
polyps under a microscope, they extend.
Come on, video.
It looks almost like there's three polyps
still
stitched
rotating.
together that make
Just
a single one.
stand by.
So already in this dive, we've seen 3 different genera of black corals. These are notorious for being found on deeper reefs.
Okay, you can come back in now.
One interesting fact is that black corals, or Ekaha kumoana, as they're known in their native Hawaiian meaning, are the official gemstone of the state of Hawaii. And there's several species that are found in a bit shallow waters and in scuba diving depths, actually. And those species were used by native Hawaiians to produce a series of remedies.
That was my fault, video.
They used black corals, grinded the skeleton into a fine powder that they would mix with several other ingredients to cure several ailments, including lung diseases and a variety of other ailments. So, yeah,
There we
Hawaii
go.
is interesting in that it's the only state in the United States that has a living organism for
I was
their
bouncing around down there.
state
Sorry about
official
that.
gemstone.
So as we were zoomed in there, you might have noticed that there seems to be a completely cemented surface. The rocks that we were looking at are actually not continuous like it appeared to be, but that is due to a manganese coating that takes place on the surface of the rock. So as the lava flow has finished its eruption and is just sitting there for millions of years, this coating of manganese starts to grow on the surface of the rock, and eventually, as it grows thicker and thicker and thicker, it tends to completely cement the surface together. So that's why the surface looked the way it did.
Just a little bit.
Can we take a look at that coral that's just center of screen, that
Sure.
wire coral?
Sure. Stand by video. Just stand by for zoom. Okay, you want to come in? Video?
Holding partial.
Stand by.
So you're looking at an isidid coral or bamboo coral. So this group of corals derives its common name.
Sorry, I was
from
testing my
the
autos there.
Get down on you, pilot.
coloration of
Copy.
the skeleton, which has these alternating black and white patterns, kind of resembling a bamboo.
Okay, come back in video.
Okay.
And I'm sure Scott France from University of Louisiana, our bamboo specialist, is looking at this intently.
So we're about done with that last move. Should I put in another one that's more northerly and keep things moving?
I'll let you and co-pilot figure that out.
Do we want to let it settle and see if we can
And
find the ridge?
the
Or do you wanna
closest I
just
have here in the
keep
gallery
moving?
is
According, looking at sonar, and at high pack, it looks like
Keratoisidae.
we've got a pretty good feel
so
where the
we've
top of
been
the
calling
ridge is.
This,
I think we're just about there.
Keratoisidae
I can't hear you,
nodal
video.
I'll get a
spars.
quick establishing.
All right.
We'll be coming out partial.
Well,
So I'm being rotated
YouTube
and
is not
translated.
telling us a whole lot. Here's sonar. It's got the high up just off my
All right.
starboard side, so that puts it out
I can
here.
come back in for the top one. We're waiting for a bit here.
Oh, sure.
Or actually, there's one in the foreground.
Yeah, let's
I'm
take a
getting
look
ahead
at
of you a
that
little.
guy.
Go ahead, video.
I mean, this is where I see everything.
So this is in a
Well, there'll
different
be a little bit
family
of a swing,
corals. So
Yeah,
this
that's what I mean.
is
So
That's
we
a-
can either
a
let it settle, or you
Chrysogorgid.
can just continue on course. When we hit the high, we hit the high.
So family
I don't know how
Chrysogorgidae,
important it is to chase down
because of these
the peak.
kind of longer
It's more just for
polyps.
ease of navigation
And,
up the ridge, but
Yeah.
we can put in
Scott
another
just,
northeastern move
hit it.
if
So
you
this
prefer.
is the genus Pleurogorgia, and
Few more seconds,
species Pleurogorgia
Copy that.
militaris is the
Yeah,
one
we'll
that
just
we
keep
know
going.
from these
0 to
depths
0.
and habitats.
Dial in a little more. Is that what you were thinking?
Okay, video. If you want to come wide, we got to go,
I
unfortunately.
was thinking a little more northerly than that, but we can certainly go 0 to 0 and stop it early if we hit it earlier.
No, okay. More north is fine with me.
Sorry about that video. It took
You
me a
want
while
to
to
do north?
No problem.
figure out what the vehicle was doing there.
You
Like
got a nice shot in
0,
the
1,
So
0.
My
we
mistake.
had a comment here on the
Maybe
chat
like a 0,
room
1, 0.
about
0, 1, 0
several
I.
conversations
Line it up.
happening at the same time.
Coming up
So
for you,
you can
pilot.
adjust
And we're gonna line
on
up
your
for 0, 1,
computer.
0
There's
for this
both a
next move.
left and a right.
I'll do another
Channel.
50 meters since we're still relatively flat.
One side has a pilot's an engineer, and the other side has
15
the
meters.
scientist.
aye.
So if you want to tune into one over the other, you
0,
can
1,
adjust
0.
that.
Copy that.
So we just passed one of these, that brown anemone that we passed. That's one of
Bridge,
the
no?
largest anemones that we have here in Hawaii. That's in the genus
Like to request another ship
Exosalapis,
move.
also very conspicuous
50
in the
meters,
habitat of these deep
Bearing
reefs.
010 at 0.2 knots.
And so we're just coming up on this boulder where we have a nice cluster of corals, and this is
That's it.
something that we see
Get a
time
second. Take a
after
look if you
time
want.
is that
Okay.
when you see pinnacles or
Won't
large
kick in and you're
boulders,
Almost set up.
they appear to
Stretched
create prime habitat for deep sea corals.
Watch lead, anything in particular here? We just got a couple seconds here before the ship starts moving.
Let's look at the white one on the left of the.
Okay.
So we see several things here. There is some primnoids, the long bottle brush shape to the center of screen, well, top of the screen right now. That's Chrysogorgia geniculata.
Okay, video, you want to come in?
Sure thing.
It seems really hot today. Is that a lighting thing?
And so that's
That's the monitor.
another.
Okay.
This
No,
monitor
it's
is
just-
really hot lately, and
Yeah.
Haven't adjusted.
I've asked them
since-
to, asked,
Yeah.
or told Ed, and he said they'll get on it
Copy
at some
that.
point. So.
So yeah,
Anything
that's,
on there? Yeah, there's a little star over there.
So that's another Chrysogorgia coral, genus Pleurogorgia.
Gonna come out for an establishing.
Yeah, I'm just being turned.
All right.
We started that move. Yeah, we have.
Yeah, I just called it in.
Copy.
Not sure Cirrus has felt it just yet, but probably will
Current
soon.
depth
Yeah.
is 2,354
In fact, right as I say that, I think we might be.
meters. Actually, do we have a quick second for a snap zoom?
Sure.
So there's a unbranched coral kind of right in the center top of the screen now.
Okay. In the where on the rock?
Just kind of right dead center of the rock.
Okay.
It's a darker brown.
Go ahead, video start in, and then we'll try to find it.
So it's top, a little to the top. That wire coral, that's just to the top. Yeah, that brown one.
Oh, okay. Just to the right there.
Sirius is
Yeah.
feeling the move.
And so,
Copy.
yeah, that's another black coral. And so that is in an entirely different genus. And that's in the
Down
genus
75
Paranthropus. And the
Roger.
species is Paranthropus
Couple
eoanthia.
seconds here, video.
Copy
And
that.
there's an ophiuroid or brittle star on the
I don't have any
coral
really
that
hard
just to our
targets
bottom.
on sonar, so you're okay for a little bit.
another brittle
Okay.
star in there.
Okay,
Okay.
let's come wide.
Pull wide.
It's just turning me constantly. Let's get back on course.
So if you joined us later in the dive, so we are diving on a rift zone ridge south of
Coming up
Pioneer
for you,
Bank
pilot.
in an area where previous surveys have found high densities of animals. And we want to figure out
Yeah.
how far this
Can't find
community
it.
extends.
Sweet spot today.
So we're just diving about 5 miles south of where previous surveys have happened in the area.
Yeah, pilots, it does seem a bit hot right in front of the vehicle.
Yeah, it's
Is
Definitely
there any
is.
way we could maybe try to angle the swing arms a little further
And,
forward?
Can we
Tina
get this little
Molos-
jelly in the foreground
Oh,
here?
yeah.
Tina Molodtsova from the
Ready?
PP
Yeah,
Shirshov
go ahead.
Institute of Oceanology in Russia just joined us. Welcome. So this is a hydromedusa, a hydroid.
Okay, let's let him
There
go.
it is. Yep.
And so here we see that the density of animals is starting to pick up. There's several sponges there to our right. These stocked sponges, if we can take a quick look.
Sure, in the foreground or up on the hill there?
Yeah, up on the hill.
Okay. We need to fix that monitor. It's distracting. The ones way up in the background there, Dan?
Yeah, I thought the ones in the foreground were sponges, but these are all corals. But yeah, maybe we'll just get a little closer, see if anything is of interest.
Okay. You just shouted out?
Yeah, maybe the tallest one there,
Okay.
and the other things are fairly common.
Okay, video, you want to start to go in?
Okay, going in for
Copy that.
that's full zoom.
Copy. I'm drifting back.
So that's another bamboo coral. Nodal branching. And these very fine polyps look like something that's in our gallery as a subfamily. So yeah, there's a request if we can zoom in on one of the polyps. But I pulled up an image here of,
Okay.
that we took
Gonna have to
last
get
year
a-
in this area,
Closer.
and that was identified as Keratoisidae.
Can you come back in video?
Keratoisidae
Come back in video.
subfamily D1 clade.
Can you hear watch lead video?
Yes, I can.
Okay. They want to take a look at one of the polyps.
Well, that was full zoom, so we're going to need to get
Yeah.
a little closer.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, sounds good. I'm holding partial.
Stubbing my toe a little.
And yeah, thanks for noting that, Scott. We see a bit of current there. Tina's also noted that there was
Okay, you can try to come back in.
Okay,
a chrysogorgid behind it.
we're full.
Copy. Just stand by. I'll try to push in.
Roger that. Thanks, pilot.
So in this group, one of the characters that's used to differentiate, so in the family, the bamboo corals, is whether the branching, whether it branches at the nodes or internodes, or whether the branches come off those dark segments or in the white segments. And then the structure of the polyp and the sclerites, or the skeletal elements inside the polyps, are another distinguishing factor that's important for taxonomy. And yeah, that's... we have several of our... And there we
So I think that last
on the
move is
right
finished
there
up.
is a commensal,
Like to keep
that's a
things
hydroid.
moving.
Okay.
That large one, and that's going to be in the family Tabularidae.
I think they want to
That's
see this
long
if we want to spend any
singles.
more time here.
Stalk coming up to the to the right there.
Getting ahead of him.
Okay.
It's up to pilot whether he's ready to lift off, race ahead or not.
Come wide video.
Full wide.
You're okay. Copy.
And
You've got 10.
in the foreground, we have another chrysogorgid,
Okay, come back in video.
the genus Metallogorgia.
Just let me know when, co-pilot. Right now.
So yeah,
Get a
dead
good
center
shot.
of the screen
Let's
was a commensal hydroid, and there's one to the right. That's the
Okay.
one I was mentioning.
do it.
Okay.
So that's a solitary hydroid. That's
Come
a
on,
single
video.
polyp there that's
We gotta go.
grown on
Sounds
this.
good. I think we got a
Yeah,
pretty close
unfortunately, we
view.
have to
Yeah, sorry about that
to
video.
move.
Oh.
Coming up.
Zero 1 0.
And
The ship is
just
stopped for
past,
now,
one
but
of
it's
these
still going to be
stalk
swinging
sponges,
Copy that.
for a few more
the
minutes.
genus Bophosoma.
But it looks like the further we're going down this ridge, the stronger the
So as we
westerly
send up
current
this
is.
ridge, we're moving in between
Okay.
a couple of
Yeah.
in-place pillow lava flows that are
Get out in front of you,
separated
co-pilot.
by some talus volcanic rubble that's most likely eroding away from these pillow lava flows.
Yeah, I'm going to
You
wait for
can
you to
tell
push
that the
out
pillow
and see
lava flows
what
are
a comfortable
such
direction
that
is.
That sounds
they
good.
have a more
Yeah,
rounded kind of
seems like we're staying
balloon-looking
pushed up on the
like shape to
westerly
them.
side of this.
Yeah, I think
gives them their
the
name
current's pushing
pillows.
us further and further away from the transom.
It's looking a lot better, pilot. Can you ease off?
Copy.
we're settling in.
Okay.
Look at the bathy. It seems like the ridge is going to turn on us. So here.
Yeah.
So if we fight so hard to the east, and then the ridge just turns,
Right.
or if we just keep
You
trucking
wanna-
along,
you
we're
wanna
seeing
stay on-
interesting stuff. If we just keep trucking along, we're going to hit this.
Yeah, if we can
Yeah,
so you
take
wanna
a
stay on
look at
010.
this
Yeah.
large fan.
Yeah.
Sure. Stand by video.
Stand
So
back.
I think we could stay on 010 or even just, go north some. I don't know.
And from far,
What's-
that
what's
looks
the-
like
what's it look
Ecnomyces,
from Sirius? I mean,
planar
to hit the
species of
next-
Ecnomyces.
Bathy line there. It's Oh, the IPAC thinks we're
Okay,
right
you want
on
to come
the
in
ridge.
video?
Yeah.
So we might have a little offset. So maybe we do need to leave. Maybe we do need to lead a little more east. Not sure.
Well, why don't we stay on 010? If you guys are comfortable with that angle to the slope.
Oh, yeah, let's take the pilot. When he's done with this shot, we'll ask him.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the question?
Are you comfortable continuing on 010? Is that
So we're
angle
looking at
along the
another
slope
bambu coral.
okay for you?
And,
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
hopefully
we're eventually
Scott
going to get to the
and
top of
Amy
it, right?
can,
Yeah.
So from
just trying to
afar, it looked like a
make some forward way
planar
and
species
find-
of.
I mean,
Sure.
I think we're finding the Bathy's got a little bit of a little offset. On
Yeah.
The Bathy, so we're gonna figure out what that is. Hopefully in one of these next moves.
Anything in particular here, Watchley?
Yeah, just if we can get tight on one of the polyps, and then I think that's good.
Okay, is that full zoom video?
Full zoom. Yep.
Copy.
I can come out
Yeah, why
and
don't you
get an
come out?
establishing shot, and then we can go in for a tighter one.
Sure.
Yeah,
All right.
Watch it.
Hold this for just a second.
perfect. Thank you.
We'll try to get a little tighter, Watchley.
I'm going to go ahead and call in a 40-meter move. 010.
So, Scott,
Sounds
our
good.
Bridge, Nav.
Get our macro.
specialist on bamboo
Yeah.
corals, has noted that
Like to request 40 meters.
it
That's
likely
40
is
meters,
Jasonisis,
bearing
but he's
010
having, a
at
little bit of
0.2 knots.
doubts. So we'll try to get a closer look at the polyps.
That's it. Thanks.
And yeah, Tina, I saw your comment, and
Okay, video.
we'll get you a Bathypathus here, zoom in a little bit.
Get one with the dark background.
Beautiful.
Dialed in that move, Nav.
Just
Thanks.
called it in 1 minute ago.
Great.
Is that close enough, Watchley, or do you want to get a little tighter?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Alright. Nice.
So there is that pink coral that's of center that's of interest.
Okay, on the okay.
Bottom
yeah.
of the
Sure,
screen.
yeah.
So on to our right are a couple of Chrysogorgia geniculata.
Okay, video. Feel free to zoom.
And that is a, looks like a bubblegum coral or paragorgia. So it was not what I originally thought it was.
I'm just going to hold this. You zoom as you please, video.
Great. Thank you, Pilot.
So those are Paragorgia and genus Paragorgia, or commonly known as bubblegum corals. And you can see that the common name comes from the shape of the polyps. When they're closed, it looks kind of like some chewed up bubble gum. And on it is a commensal basket star, and that's going to be in the group Asteroschemata.
Are we clear there, Watchley?
Yep, thank you very much.
Sure. Did you want to look at anything else around here before we kind of push ahead, cover some ground?
Let's look at on the rock. There is a single wire brownish thing, and it doesn't need to be really close. It looks kind of like a wire.
Okay. You want to go snap video?
Sure thing.
At the top there?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's...
So that's that's a hydroid. It's overgrowing a chrysogorgid.
Let me know when you're clear, video.
Okay.
I'm going to take off here.
So that's in a group, the Hydroidolina currently, and
All right.
All right. 020, Nev?
010.
010 still. Gotcha.
so that large stalked sponge that you see there kind of looks like ET. To our right, that's in the genus Bolosoma, and very conspicuous inhabitant here of the deep sea. And then that pink coral behind it, that's going to be of interest. Current depth is 2,336 meters. So this sponge up here in the foreground, genus Bolosoma, it's interesting. So the head actually has several openings, and there's quite a few invertebrates that live inside that head. You typically see shrimp and brittle stars and a whole community living up inside there. So this is a common adaptation by a lot of these commensal organisms, is that they need to get off the bottom where the currents are minimal, and as soon as they get up into the water column, there's higher current flow, and which is what a lot of these organisms like.
Okay, go ahead, video. This one, Watchley?
Yep. And so, yeah, this is now a corallium. And I'm sure Amy is watching very alertly.
Is that full zoom video?
It's
That's
full zoom.
probably the best we're going to get of
It's a
this
little
guy.
tiny guy. I'll get an establishing.
So, yeah, Amy just provided an ID. So that's a corallium in the genus Hemicorallium. And then actually there's also a request that the coral to the left, the black coral, if we can zoom in on the stem towards the lower portion.
You want to go ahead and take my camera, co-pilot? Try to get that stem there. The hold fast.
Tilting down. Do you want the bare part or the hold fast? Or
I don't know.
okay.
Watchley,
Oops, Watchley can't hear me.
Where do we want to?
Just to the bottom.
Image
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Do you want the hold fast or the?
Yeah, no, just the bottom of the stem. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
And the reason we're requesting this is so in a lot of these corals there appears to be a commensal polychaete, a pollinoid worm that grows inside and actually modifies the tissues, but it doesn't appear to be here. Yeah, so that's good. Thank you.
Okay.
So that's a
Yeah,
black
come on,
coral in
video.
the genus Bathypathes.
got your camera
There's
back.
a Storopathes,
So
another
the
genus
ship
to the
has
right,
stopped.
and there was also a permonoid coral.
Thanks.
to
Looks
the-
like we've you found the top here.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we'll put in 50 meters just due north.
Copy that. I'll turn
Same
my heading
speed.
north so you can settle into it.
Some really nice
Sounds good.
intact
I'm
pillow
north.
lava flows coming up here. A little bit
calling it
larger than the normal
Bridge,
pillow
Nev.
lavas, at least.
There's a fish there. You want to snap zoom on that?
Yeah, I'd like to request a move.
Ready?
50 meters, that's 50 meters, bearing due north at 0.2 knots.
So that looks like another. I'm sure Bruce is looking at this lately. That looks like a synapobranchid eel.
Thanks, Bridge.
And the two that we well, three species actually. So there's the Brevidorsalis, or short dorsophyll, and Andrea Quattrini has tagged it as that. So
Okay, video. We can let that guy go.
Yep.
Is that full wide?
Full wide.
Copy. Looks like this is the peak of this local high here.
So as we're sitting on top of the local high at the peak here, this is most likely where the eruption finally ended up stopping. And so everything would have been flowing away from it. And you can kind of see in the view right now that there are longer kind of tumulus-looking projections coming out and going downhill. That's giving us an idea of where the lava flows were erupting on each side of this little mound here.
can we actually take a quick look on this rock in front of us? Just to zoom onto the rock, it looks like there's several stuff overgrowing it.
Sure.
On your mark, pilot.
Go ahead, video. Do you want a little closer?
Yeah, it's
Watch
very,
lead?
yeah, very difficult to see from here.
We have that's full zoom.
Copy. I'm inching in. I'm not sure. What are we after, Watchley?
Yeah, I just want to get a sense of what's growing on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it looks like there's some barnacles, some hydroids, possibly some bryozoans to our right.
So Daniel, how big do you think those organisms are? Just to give the viewers a scale here.
So that in the middle of the screen is probably a couple centimeters, about an inch in height. We don't have the lasers on right now, but
We could turn them on.
yeah.
Coming partial.
Lasers on. Copy. Let's see if we can get a group of these and zoom on them. Maybe that group dead center.
Current
That
depth
looks
is
like it might just be the remnants.
2,332
But no, there might be
meters.
a couple that are still there.
Oh yeah, I see. Maybe come partial, see if we can find something else, I guess.
Sure.
See. Yeah, there's
so
your
it's,
lasers.
very small. Yeah, so about 2 centimeters or so was that.
Come back in there, video.
Let's take a look at, so we have there actually the anemone to our right is.
Okay. Hold there.
Oh no, that was not anemone, so that's a solitary Claritanian cup coral. And so that looks like it's either in the genus Desmophyllum or in the genus Giovannia. And so Amy has just noted primnoid coral just to right of it, just the top of it. Yeah, right there.
Just hold there, video.
Okay.
Ship is moving and I'm getting a little past you.
Copy.
I don't have anything on sonar that's
That
concerned.
looks Narella-like.
Copy. You want to take my camera, tilt up for me?
That's
course.
a small individual.
Coming up. Tell me when.
Just on the subject. There you go. Just keep it in view. I'm trying to get a stable foothold here.
As we stay zoomed in onto these
Yeah, real
biological
tight.
organisms,
Yeah,
just in the
little.
background on the rock, you can see that very smooth-looking, very dark black coating on the rock. That is the manganese coating that I
Yeah,
was
there you go.
referring to
Okay,
earlier.
video. You do your thing.
Okay.
Got just a few more seconds and then we should
Copy that.
boogie.
Excellent. So yeah, we got a good idea on that. Maybe if we just
Just tilt up
the white organism right above it.
slightly,
Yeah.
and then we'll
Tilt
go.
up.
Perfect.
We got about 5 seconds here. Video.
This
We
is
gotta run.
frozen.
Yeah, I don't want to make you run too fast 'cause I think it's going to be a little bit of
Yeah,
blue
so the
water
polyps
racing,
look
but
very much
That's okay.
like in the genus Narella.
All right, video.
Okay.
Come wide
It's
for
a
me.
young colony.
Nice.
Excellent. Thank you.
So as we zoom out, we're actually leaving what appeared to be the volcanic vent for the sources of the flows that we just
Thanks,
ascended
Kappa.
up. Hopefully we get to see a couple of more neat geological features as we ascend up the ridge.
All right.
Yeah, and for the viewers that have access
Nice.
to the Sirius overhead image,
Those-
that's a very nice, will give you a nice appreciation of the pillow flow here in the area.
All right, I'm coming ahead here.
And we are, of course, keeping our eye open for any angular loose rocks. Current depth is 2,332 meters. We landed just about 20 meters deeper. And that was about an hour ago. So we're just slowly moving here parallel to the ridge crest.
Yeah, watch these. If you see a rock subject that you'd like, just shout it out. We're kind of
Will do, yeah. We have our eyes open.
cruising.
Thank you.
I was
Sure.
actually just about to request maybe bottom right-hand side of the screen there looks like there might be a loose sample right
right.
there. However, it's questionable.
okay.
That last ship move is just
It also
stopped.
might be a little bit
Okay.
too large, but it'd be nice to check out.
Bottom
Oh, well, there might be something right there, almost just below dead center.
Down in there, kind of?
Right below the lasers,
Bridge,
now
nav.
bottom and right of lasers.
Okay. Looks like we're almost done with that move, but if not, can we bring the ship to an easy stop?
Just on the lasers now?
Correct.
Okay. Thanks, Bridge.
Is that something you want?
To our
That would be great if it's loose.
Sure, I'm going to avoid this.
To our left
bio
is
here.
also a very interesting solitary hydroid, and that's in a family Corimorphidae.
Can I reach that, Jeff?
These very
I think so, yeah.
elongate solitary hydroids, very conspicuous.
Real quick. So you can judge it.
There's several
Right.
genera
There you go.
that we know from in this area.
Yeah.
Looks like it's pretty close.
Corimorpha.
I think it's held
Happy.
fast in there. I don't think you're getting that.
Oh, yeah?
Doesn't look loose at all, but
There's
Try it.
also another Narella pernoid right above that to the left.
Can't reach it now, huh?
Tina has got
If
her
I
eye
came
on.
around to the right.
you don't have a lot of
So
time.
Dan, on the rock
ship just
sample in
stopped, right?
question,
Okay.
there's
I'm gonna be settling.
appears to
If
be
we want-
some really neat
wanna go,
feeding
maybe we'll
tracks
back
that
up a
we've
few
also
meters on the
observed in
ship.
previous
Nav.
samples. Looks like they extend even
Sure.
up the
Starting to get ahead
pillow
of them a little.
lava
I think
flow
I'm
up
gonna
to the right.
Take a little longer to settle
Yeah.
in.
You want to do 10 meters?
Yeah, we've seen this on
Reverse
multiple
direction.
occasions.
We'll
and,
go 10 meters due south.
Thanks.
I don't know exactly what's causing
Bridge,
it.
nav.
What would be really nice is to see something in situ feeding on the rock
Yeah, we're
itself.
going to need to back up the ship for a sample collection. Can we go 10 meters due south?
I might just have to have one foot in here.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to avoid both
Yeah, that's
these bios.
Thank you, Bridge.
Makes sense.
So for those folks who might have joined us
That makes
recently, we're diving on a rift zone ridge that extends about 50 miles south of Pioneer Bank up in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, part of the Papahānaumokuākāmari National Monument. Rift zone ridge that extends about 50 miles south of Pioneer Bank up in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, part of the Papahānaumokuākāmari National Monument. The purpose of today's dive is to follow up on work that has occurred here last year as well as in 2003 that found a very high density community of deep sea corals and sponges, and we're trying to see how far this community extends. Right now we're in the process of trying to
You're all
see if
spun
we
up
can
with
collect
hydraulics.
a
Copy.
geological sample. So when we're looking for these geological samples, we're of course looking for something that can be collected. A lot of these rocks are cemented together by a precipitate that forms at these depths, manganese crust, and so we're looking for something that is not
That is,
heavily cemented to the substrate so that we can
Right.
collect it.
What do you think that is?
it's definitely part of the flow.
And
Almost
Scott
guaranteed.
just made an interesting observation,
Should we
noting
not
that
even try it then?
there is not much current
They-
here.
I mean, it's
You
they
can
asked
see a
for
lot
it.
of the corals are perfectly
you wanna
upright,
give it a whirl.
I could try to nudge it.
Yeah,
and well, yeah, one
better be guaranteed.
to say a couple words to that effect, Scott. So where we landed, there was
done this
actually a
before.
sediment patch where you could clearly see sand
Being back
ripples,
on
and
you.
they were
Okay.
clearly
Are
going
we comfortable
in the same
vehicle-wise?
direction as the ridge
I'll let you
crest,
know.
so going north to south.
We've asked the ship
And
to back
that's
up a little,
the
so
predominant current in
What do you
these
think?
areas
Settle in
is
nicely, but
formed by
Should
the
I not
tide
start it until
going
then?
east to west over these
ready to get it
ridges.
in. Back up so you can.
And that's, of course,
Fly away if you
dependent
need.
on what the
I
tides are
think you're gonna
doing.
reach out,
It's-
poke, find it's not loose, and race away anyways.
So we
Yeah,
might
I
see
think
a
we
change.
move
Turn us off.
Back
or an
10
increase
meters.
in
Would you like
current
me to
as the
move back
tide
a bit more
progresses.
or wait for swing?
I think, yeah, just wait for the swing.
Okay.
It'll settle in.
You just keep an eye on that.